Hashtag.
Yo, what's up, everybody? So I just wanted to hop on here and do a video touching on the elements to the weekly range and how to navigate it, because this is like a huge part in my trading, and it's a huge part in a lot of the traders that I'm friends with. Okay, so yeah, the first thing I want to talk about with this is the characteristics each day that the weekly range has, right? Like what could we reasonably expect price to do given the weekly range dynamics? Okay, so first thing you want to consider, and basically the reason why ICT doesn't even like to trade on Mondays, he generally waits till Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Monday generally presents a consolidation or a manipulation reverse to what the daily bias should be. So like a Judas swing, right? In the daily range, which we'll also talk about the dynamics to the daily range for those of you that are confused about that topic as well. So Monday generally creates a consolidation or manipulation. Okay, let's see what occurred for this week, right? So Monday was just a bunch of chop. Monday was just a bunch of chop, and it pushed into Tuesday, oppose the higher time frame directional bias, which overall as a whole is still bearish, right? We have seen this big pump, but we've seen big pumps like this all year that just end up collapsing down because of fundamentals. Okay, but yeah, as you can see, Monday was a consolidation, pushed up, manipulating into Tuesday, creating the high of the week. Okay, so that brings us to Tuesday. Tuesday generally creates the higher low of the week, has a 70% chance of doing this, and generally it's an expansion day where like most of the volume is going to be on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And so the same thing goes for Wednesday. It's generally either a higher low is created if Tuesday didn't create that higher low, or it's just a continuation of what Tuesday's momentum was. Okay, Tuesday, as you can see here, from Monday, manipulated higher, consolidated, manipulated higher into what? Into a weekly bearish order block, which a high of the week was created at. And then Tuesday ended up selling off, retracing. And then Wednesday was just a continuation of what Tuesday did, reaching into a weekly bullish order block. Okay, so it goes from one PD array to the next, from premium to discount. Okay, or if it was the opposite way, it'd be from discount to premium, creating a low of the week. All right, and then Thursday generally creates a reversal profile for the opposite end of the weekly range. So when price pushed lower going into Thursday, when we seen that it hit a weekly order block or a higher time frame POI, like a fair value gap or anything like that, we could reasonably expect, if price has been bearish, we could reasonably expect on Thursday or Friday to have some type of reversal back into the weekly range. Okay, so let's see, let me draw this little diagram real quick. And what I'm drawing is going to be what the weekly candle for last week looked like. Okay. So we opened up on Sunday. And by the way, Sunday's open price, that reference is used at 2 a.m. on Monday Pacific Standard Time. Okay, why it's that point in time, I don't know. ICT just says that he uses that as his Sunday's open price. And so the Sunday's open price, before I move any further, the Sunday's open price is used as it's used just like the midnight Eastern daily range open price is used. So we basically monitor if we're bearish, we want to sell above it. If we're bullish, we want to buy below the Sunday's open price, because that's where most of the time a higher low is created for the week within the weekly range. Okay, so as you could see, using what we just talked about, the characteristics of each day and the Sunday's open price, we could see how price rallied higher into a premium array, creating the high of the week above Sunday's open price, and then it sold off all the way to Thursday, where a reversal profile took place. Because why? Because we went from one PD array to a discount PD array. So from premium to discount, taking sell side liquidity out, and then it reversed on Thursday back into the weekly range. Okay, so you can see each characteristic of the weekly range dynamic in play right here. So why is this important, right? Well, as a trader, you have to know how to navigate price so you don't get all confused all the time. And there's always going to be times where, you know, maybe something doesn't make sense, right? And that's totally normal. But understanding the dynamics of things like this topic, it'll help you not be so confused with what the hell is going on. Okay, because the weekly range expansions are essentially what we're looking for if you're a short-term trader, even a scalper, because you know, understanding the dynamics of what price is likely to do will help you get in line with you know, specific moves. Right? So just to review, right, we can see how Monday was a consolidation and a manipulation into a premium array, which is this weekly bearish order block, which then acted as a catalyst to start this sell-off from premium to push price down to a discount. Tuesday created the high of the week. Wednesday continued that bearish move into the discount array. Being that it was Thursday and price was pushing into that discount array on the higher time frame, we could reasonably have expected a bullish move to take place in the form of a retracement. This whole move here, retracing lower, this could be a retracement for price to go higher, but we got to wait for more information to see if this weekly order block is going to hold. But we'll get into that a little later in the video, like what I expect to possibly happen and stuff like that. But yeah, as you could see, right, everything that we just talked about is visually appealing. It's visually there. It's clear, right? It's not there's no gray area with this information here, because most times this is what occurs. And then when this type of phenomenon doesn't occur and price is just looking, you know, it's not really following any of these dynamics, then that's another reason for you to, or it's another signal for you to just sit on your hands and wait. Because again, being a trader, you have to know when to engage and you have to know how to navigate, right? How to navigate the conditions. You can't know how to navigate the conditions if you don't know how to read price and understand why it's doing what it's doing. Okay. But yeah, so as you can see, the best sells came from above Sunday's open price. And if we pull up these midnight references, midnight Eastern references, or 9 p.m. Pacific time for the daily ranges, you could see how the same dynamic, the best sells, if we're bearish, are going to come from above this midnight or 9 9 p.m. Pacific time reference for the daily range. So not only was this above the 9 p.m. time, it's also above the Sunday's open price. We hit a premium array and then sold off. So the YouTube model is also present here. There's a fair value gap in there. There's a shift in market structure after buy-side liquidity is taken at a premium. And what did price do? It retraced back into that and sold off, taking this high and sold off. Okay, so everything that you're learning is relevant. Okay, it's all useful, and understanding that the dynamics of the weekly and daily range, that'll amplify your skills as a trader and your confidence, because you'll know how to navigate things. You know what I mean? So as you can see, this is what the weekly range looked like from the weekly perspective, from the weekly candle. And we can actually go and see if, or we could go see how accurate that picture is for the previous weekly range from last week. As you could see, it's on point with what we just drew. Okay. This is what that candle looked like. Is it not? There's the high that was created, the low that was created, came off the low, closing right here, opened right here. Best sells came from above the weekly rate, or above the Sunday's open price on a Tuesday when it hit a premium, and then price sold off, right? And then Wednesday continued. Thursday, Friday was basically a reversal, pulling back into the weekly range. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. I hope it's clear, because this is like a very, very important thing for you to understand. And it's a very important piece to the puzzle. Okay, because if you're able to understand this and trust this, the dynamics of the weekly range and the daily range, when we go and talk about that in the next one of the next videos, your understanding in prices, it's unmatched. Okay, like this stuff is unmatched, because most people are looking at the charts and they're confused. Like they think everything's random. They don't know what the hell is happening. They don't know why price is doing what it's doing when it does stuff. And then it just causes even more stress and frustration, especially when you take a loss. Understanding things like this can also help you figure out why you took a loss. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I hope this makes sense. If you guys have any questions about the weekly range, what you see me doing here, if you want to go back test, you want to go back test with this in mind. Moving forward, if you haven't been doing this, because this is very important for you to see how often Tuesday and Wednesday creates the higher low of the week. What happens at those points? Like what did the high of the week format? Like where did it format? Right? Was it at an order block, fair value gap? What liquidity did it take? Were we above the Sunday's open price if we're bearish, or were we below Sunday's open price if we were bullish, right? And where did the opportunities present themselves, right? On what day, what time, what price level, what point of interest was used as a trigger point, and stuff like that, right? Was Monday a consolidation or manipulation? Was Tuesday or Wednesday creating the high or low of the week? Was Thursday a reversal profile? Did Thursday push into a higher time frame POI? Because that's very important to be able to anticipate Thursday or Friday doing some type of reversal. It has to push into some form of a PD array on the higher time frame. Because if it does that on a Thursday, generally this is what occurs. If it was bearish for the whole week and it hits a bullish point of interest like this weekly bullish order block, then we can reasonably expect that sell-off isn't going to continue on this specific day. Okay, it'll reverse, and it's the same if we're bearish, or if we're bullish, and then price hits like a weekly bearish order block on a Thursday, this same phenomenon will occur. And through your back testing, you're going to see just how accurate this topic is, right? And how useful it is. All right. So basically what you see here is what you're going to want to do for your back testing, right? Just, and keep it separate from other stuff. Don't try to study the weekly range and then try to do like the YouTube model and the lower time frames all at the same time. You got to like separate your studies so you can focus, because if there's too many things you're trying to focus on at once, like it's going to be rough. It's going to be hard. It's going to be not as effective as it should be. And yeah, just take longer for you to learn and understand how these things fit together if you don't have them studied piece by piece. So you got to be intentional when you're studying. That's another really important tip for when people are studying price action. You want to have intentional reasons for back testing, not just looking at the chart aimlessly, because that's just a waste of time. You're not learning shit from that. So just some things to think about. But yeah, guys, if this video helped you in any way, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and I really appreciate it. If there's any topics that you would like me to cover in the future, please let me know in the comments or DM me, and I'd be happy to cater to whatever it is you guys want me to do in these videos. All right, but yeah, that'll be the end of this video, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Hashtag.